Hi guys, I finally got that job I was talking about in one of my recent videos, and just let me show you this. So this is the web scraping in Python, and I'm working for the company which is called Exa Partners. I don't know where it's written, and this guy is actually the one who has hired me. And what I want to share basically in this video is like my kind of very first experience, the very first experience in my life ever on being hourly paid at Upwork. And here is just 1 hour and 20 minutes probably, I'm not sure about this. And I was always wondering what is this hourly paid jobs are all about at Upwork. I had no idea basically on how to deal with those and so far and so on. And it's not like you turn on the timer and basically let me just show you how this timer looks like. It's a bit tricky then. Like when I first saw this button, I was really surprised. Yeah. Okay, so this is an official Upwork app, and here you have this little timer button, and if I click on this, that Upwork would start tracking my hours that I was working. And also what it also does, so if you just go to the work diary here, that okay, it had to show some sort of well, okay, maybe it's over here. Okay, yes, activity level, and so like all the information about the active windows, so on. And somewhere here I also found okay, the screenshots that are actually taken each 10 minutes. Just let me see, this is what I was thinking about. Oh, okay, I lost them. I don't know where are the. Oh, okay, they are over here. Okay, and these are the screenshots. So the screenshots that are taken by this program here each 10 minutes. So it kind of makes your client to understand that you're not playing chess or watching YouTube videos, but you're actually working at the code of the project and so far and so on. So like something like this basically. Okay. So that's about the Upwork's time tracking system and things related to that. And now I'd like to talk a bit the actual job that I was doing on my very first working day at Upwork paid job. And this is related to web scraping, as you've already guessed probably, and it's all about the Scrappy. So the Scrappy framework is a great tool. It's very professional. It's made for the professional scrapping of the large amounts of data, and it's written in Python. It's a great framework. It's really big. It's like a spaceship. So if you will compare this to, say, a beautiful soup or something like that, it looks like to compare the spaceship and the skateboard, probably something like that. So it already has all the bunch of features you need, like to store things into CSV file, tag selection, class CSS classes selection, and so forth and so on. Also, you can modify each particular request you're doing, the sessions and so on. And now let me show you the very first kind of, let's just use the very first site I was about to scrape news from, and just to show you. So I got this file here, and it's the names of the companies that are interested to the client. So just the brand names here. So all of this is quite a lot of those here. What the scrapper has to do basically, it has to it has to kind of perform some sort of a search. And if I say I want to my particular task is to find all the news related to the particular brand. So say we want to see the news about the Volvo, yeah, so like cool cars, things like that. Okay, and just hit enter. And if you see that here we already have the specified URL query in this format, this question mark as equals and then the keyword we're looking for. If there are multiple keywords, we'll be using plus, another keyword, plus another, and so forth and so on. And here it gives us basically a list of the related news, of the news related to the particular brand over here. My task was to actually scrape this data and go through all of these links and grab this text. Okay, so grab this text, the article, the news article basically itself. So that's about it. But when I actually started to implement in the little kind of this scrapper and the spider actually, I faced the problem that Crunchbase.com is protected by the Distal networks, one of the most outrageous anti-scrapping systems. I don't really know why did they give me as an assistant and as a junior developer such a tough task, but and basically the first thing I've encountered is actually I couldn't ever get this sort of link. I couldn't scrape this page. I just was redirected, and so I had to make a little bit of a hack there, and I did spoof the user agent, and only after that I could have actually kind of grabbed this page. I can't show you the code, guys, I'm sorry, but for the code doesn't really belong to me. It's the client's code, so I don't have any copyrights to show that, but I can actually tell about this in general, for it's not such a big secret or something like that. Okay, so that's actually what was my very first task about, and now I'm basically in the process of still kind of writing this and creating this spider, so lots of job is still to be done. And about the hourly time tracking, so it's not like you might have imagined, like you just click on this timer and you do whatever you do and you get the build hours. No, it's not really like that. So basically when I was consulting my teammates, they told me that you allowed to turn the timer only in case if you're really writing the code related to the project. No research, no documentation, really no things that are not exactly related to the work dedicated to satisfy the client's needs. So that's very important. So if I kind of don't really remember how it is done is scrappy and I'm going to the documentation and starting reading things, client doesn't care about this. So he wants the result. He won't really supposed to pay for I'm learning the documentation of Scrappy. And one little thing about Scrappy is actually that the day before yesterday I had the own basically I already knew that I would be hired, and I had only the one single day in order to learn Scrappy framework. You might wonder that's ridiculous and that's weird. That just can't be true, but believe me, that is. And you know, like the day before yesterday, I've spent the entire day on learning Scrappy, following all of these tutorials, trying to understand the basic concepts and so forth and so on. And you know, like after you've mastered the beautiful soup at some level, you know, Scrappy doesn't seem that scared. You know, like it's not like a big monster. It's just it looks like a tool that allows you to do many cool things. And basically, when you get the very gist of what is Scrap in itself, then using Scrappy doesn't seem to you that difficult or that tough to be. Of course, it has some various, like, you know, tiny little details you're about to learn and know, and it's just professional stuff, like well, so many things related particularly to the Scrappy framework that are not available in others and so on, but still it's all about the same. So it's about the web scrapping basically, and the web scrapping is all about the same. So it just depends on the tools, like on the concepts, but in general it's all kind of about the same. So after having only one day to learn Scrappy, the next day, so it was kind of yesterday, I already had a kind of complete entire first working day at Upwork paid job. And basically I was working for about 10 hours, but as you can see here, I kind of tracked only 1 hour and 20 minutes. So please know that I was working for about 10 hours. Yeah. So that took me to research, read the documentation, trying to go through the protection of the Crunchbase network and so on. So I did kind of invent those tricks to Google for that, to read the post at Stack Overflow, at Quora website and many other places. So just gathering the information, and the actual implementation of the things I've already written took me basically only 1 hour and 20 minutes, and that's actually what I've been tracking. And here you can see that my particular contract does allow the manual time add-in. Yeah, so you can say like, okay, man, I can say to my kind of client, yeah, okay, I work for the hours, and I just can mainly place it over here. But that's not not a very good practice, as they say. So it's really better when you're really kind of tracking your time, so the client can see. So this manual time add-in feature is like a credit of trust of your customer, but it doesn't really mean that you have to kind of using this. Especially if you're a beginner, it's not really good to take all the money. So I basically have for about 40 hours a week, probably. I don't really remember. Let me just see this kind of one more time. I'm not sure where this exact. Okay, 40 hours. I saw the 40 hours there. Okay, it's gone. Okay, 40 hours limit. Yeah, so I have a 40 hours limit for the for one week basically. Well, but this doesn't really mean that just turn on the timer and forget about things, just get money. No, it's not about that. So it's about the communication, the soft skills, about respecting the client, and getting paid only for those things that you're actually done. So that's very important. That's kind of, like, to be pure within, like, not trying to take all the client's money and not being able after to report what did he spend those for. I understand that it's just $5 per hour, it's nothing for this the man of his caliber, but still, it's not about money, it's about the human relationship, and it's very important to be honest. Yeah, so that's probably the most valuable thing in this market, just being honest, and I really appreciate that. So that's kind of about that. Okay, guys, and the last but not least thing that I like to tell about in this video is that as far as I'm now heavily studying Scrappy framework myself, and basically already using this at my basically at my work, and that's the reason for why I've decided to make a little video based on this Scrappy tutorial that is available at the Scrappy website. And here we would be creating a spider that is scrapping the quotes from the quote.stopscrape.com website. So if you just go there and see, it's just like a little bit of an announcement for the next video I'm supposed to do in just probably today. So here we have the structured data, and here we have the basically kind of sort of quotes, and we would be scraping these quotes and probably saving them to CSV file, something like that. Not really that sure for now, but that's what that tutorial is going to be about. Basically, you can also kind of follow this here at Scrappy's website. But you know what? Like when I've the very first ever time in my life when I've encountered Scrappy, it was for about a year ago, when I was trying to get the junior position at some company in my native town, Kharkiv, and there was the request to know Scrappy as well, and then I was trying to take a look at what a Scrappy is all about. I have no idea about web scrapping that time, just no experience, absolutely. I was doing chess programming, anything but not that people are paying money for, basically. And I did even follow that tutorial 1 year ago, but I got completely nothing of that because I had no absolutely idea what is the web scrapping is all about. So just kind of, you can install Scrap, you can copy paste all this code, but you don't really have an idea how it works, what it does. And that's like the most kind of important thing in any particular single topic you're about to learn. You have to exactly know what is this all about. So you have to be consciousness in order to understand what is the particular goal of the job you're now doing. It's not about the tools, it's not about how technically how it is possible from the technical perspective. It's just about to understand the very gist of what you're doing. And in our next tutorial I'm going to cover this exactly this kind of sort of gist. And I'll be using basically this code over here in order to kind of recreate the steps that are available in this particular tutorial. Okay guys, this is it for this video, and I hope this was interesting. And you know, like, if even CodeMonkey King could get the position, the hourly paid job at Upwork, then definitely you would be able to do this as well. And as far as you get specialized and you really start writing code that is worth something, and somebody would definitely there would definitely appear somebody who would kind of want to hire you and to pay you for the code that will actually provide the particular solution of his problem. And that's what is all freelancing is all about. Okay guys, take care.